revoke the interest or fashion the shield. If we look at the package space of aid benefiting Burkina Faso, it becomes clear that it's pretty substantial. However, we don't feel much horizontal integration on the ground. Since the country's independence in 1960, one could say that the country has benefited from quite a few financial aid packages, but the restaurant is still underdeveloped. Yet I'm here. I think the question has to be asked. The rest can also be shared. Maybe it comes from us. Maybe it also comes from help, from the relevance of help. If you don't know
That's
it,
all.
in other places, aid has also contributed to development. After World War II, Europe was in Genoa. And we immediately know that it's the Marshall Plan, contributing to boost Germany's economy and in no time, France's economy too. Not a big deal. And you're a small mind? And it revealed itself. A bit of time. But in our case, for decades, we talk about aid, and
I'm a little nervous.
so we can deal with the milk quality issues.
All of us gathered here.
I think it's now our turn to fundamentally reflect to know if we really want to plead ourselves or if it's something else. What is it that we are looking for from you? It's the uniform of being who can help us also to do without your support to become partners. Because when you're a group that can't get out of it, you don't enrich yourself. But when the one you help also becomes self-reliant and a development actor, it benefits everyone, benefits international trade, and it benefits citizens around the world who can still find the same living conditions everywhere as where they were. It's from those partners that we were able to. We don't want sprinkling anymore. We want that when you say you are helping us, after the aid phase, we can point out how the population has progressed. This is how there has been the emancipation of citizens. After the aid program, we move on to seeing the substantial. So now we want international financial partners. They intervene in the key areas from the economy. That's really where we can rely on all the developments. Well, I remember, for example, one year, China has built what is known as the Tanzam, the Zambia-Tanzania Railway. And what's interesting is that afterwards, the revolutionaries, they understood it, it helps the zombies to conduct business, to import, to export easily. That's really the airframe of our world. So that's what we want. We believe that if the partners truly want the development of the Burkina Faso group, it's not them becoming to propose their carnival to me, but define it, say it. What do you want? What can we do for you? And we will step in as part of your development program to support you. What are your needs? And that's where we hear about needs. It's up to you to come and tell us what you need. We can intervene in which sector to really be useful to you today and tomorrow. And now we can lead together. That's the spirit we want. We now want a structured and structuring economy. We don't want to be always on the receiving end. Otherwise, you will get tired of always supporting us, and we will be tired of always being supported. And there is no dignity in that. So this morning's meeting must be a tour. Last card, I'm going to lay it out like this. And because it's within this framework that regardless of political allies, we have always remained partners. If your intervention is structural, no matter the political allies of tomorrow and the day after, we'll all be partners. But if your input isn't structured, it will be fleeting. So if the projects examined have a swamp, he is not the Minister of Economy you want to highlight. We have roads to build, which are very important to us. We have railways to rebuild. We have airports to build, universities to build, schools, health centers. And in the present moment, we face the fight against terrorism. Because everything we are embarking on, if security does not come to the country, it can all be put on pause. Are you residents here? Have you all learned the infrastructure?
There are crypts
Do you speak Russian?
of equals of saints.
Depends. So before building, we need peace and safety. But we are sure to see that some partners refuse to help us in this regard so that we can restore security for everyone, so we can invest in the land and in creativity. Without security, there is no secure investment. So we want, don't we, financial partners be more sincere and more geared towards real cooperation. That's the other goal. And we wanted this morning's meeting to mark a tournament so that we may be partners, sincere for the long term and for development. Instead of being, isn't it, superficial partners who intervene as events, circumstances, and moods dictate, it's that they couldn't withstand as much. So here's the message I wanted to convey, and I wanted us to keep that in mind during our discussion. Also na you might worry about our realities, our current needs of structuring development, so that together, for the future, we can mark the territory so that we can be partners forever. Thank you.